I like this.
You can talk. You can talk. Music is going. The music is going. We go do this a little off the cuff. Look, I'm feeling y'all a little bit more, so we go ahead and do it.
We did have a thing going on.
Yes, we did. It got all the way live up in here, honey. All right, you guys, we are back for part 2 of love, sex, relationships, marriage, open marriage. Look, for those. Look at you. Are you in a committed relationship, Pam?
With myself.
No, with them damn dogs. She got doggy treats all on this table.
Right.
Pam, let's get started with you, sis. What is up? Let me turn the music down a little bit. Let's get started with you. Now, what is up with all these doggy treats? Where is your man at, Pam? What happened?
I don't have time for a man right now.
Okay.
The last relationship I was in, I wasted 15 years of my life. I refuse to do that, to let anybody take that much of my life away from me without me enjoying it.
But do you really feel like it was a complete waste? I'm sure something good came out of it, Pam. Come on.
99% of it was waste of time.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
What I feel about it, because usually when you leave a relationship, you can say, well, at least, you know, they did this, they did that, or I can see something.
Right.
They can see it.
Okay.
Because it was more beneficial for them.
Okay.
I ain't getting nothing out of it.
No good sex?
No.
Didn't that man have some money? I believe he told me he
Yes.
had money. Well, that's a good thing.
For him, not for me.
Oh, he wasn't trying to spend it on you. Oh, hell no, that's a problem. Where he at? Can we cut him?
Shoot him.
Look at you.
Shoot him.
We don't shoot on this channel. Look, we don't shoot on this channel. You said he can't outrun you. You are shady. Go take these doggy treats.
But you know, that's why I say when it comes to a relationship, to build off of what Michelle was saying earlier, and we are emotional creatures. We are nurturing.
Even when we pretend we're not, right?
Yeah, and we put up with more stuff from a man than a man would put up from us.
Why is that?
And then we blame ourselves. You get mad at yourself because, and I admit it. I say, I can't blame you because I ain't able to.
Yeah, I'm the one that,
I kept saying, you know, and because like I told him before, I said, I should have left you 100 times over. Especially when I pray to God and I'm like, okay, God, show me the signs that you let me know it's time to get. And every time he did it, I ignored it. And eventually God said, okay, you want to do it your way?
Was there a certain year where he began tripping?
No, he used to be one of these pretty boys.
Okay.
You know, all my men has always been older.
Okay.
Older man.
But does older men, lady, means mature, mature?
No.
It doesn't?
Older age wise and numbers.
No.
The older they get sometimes, the more younger that you would think you're raising another child.
Okay, come on, Michelle.
Wonder whether they had their panties on today or they underwear on today.
Oh, not the panties.
Yes.
Not that
Really?
I always thought I want to be an older man. My man has me by 10 years. Mm-hmm. So I'm 35. He's 45. So, but I still kind of feel like the older person.
If you
sometimes.
get the right kind.
Sorry, baby.
Get the right one.
Look, sorry.
But that's what made me attracted to older men.
Right.
Because they were mature. They knew how to treat a lady. They knew how to.
Some of these men, though, honey, they old school and they know all the games. Yeah. They know what to say.
Yep.
I done got caught up a few times, honey. I'd be like, hold up.
Because that's all they want is these little young girls.
So do you think that they want them younger so they can manipulate them and trick them?
Or they make them think they younger too. They think they still.
It make them feel like they still got it.
Like they still. But what's up with men? I want to ask y'all this before we head to our other topics. What's up with men that I don't know. I was dealing with this guy a while ago. Shut up, Pam. And I don't know, it seemed like he liked me, but it seemed like it was just game. Like nothing ever happened with it. And he made me believe he looked perfect. He said all the right things. He made me feel special, but nothing ever became of it. What happened?
Sometimes some older men are afraid of commitment because they've been by themselves for so long.
Okay.
They get caught up in self and being by themselves for so long. And then some of them is, I don't know what word I'm looking for. They they want somebody that they can nurture or like my husband, he thought, I don't know if he thought I was needy or something at the time. When I first met him at a time where I had lost my job, my unemployment was running out, and I decided to move out of my apartment.
Okay.
The landlord said, you can stay here, Michelle, but I mean, I didn't want that white man to have that much control over me.
Okay.
You know, you can stay here, you saying you can stay here, but then when it's time to pay rent, I don't want you in my bed.
Yeah.
So I chose to move in with my kids. At that time when I had just started kicking it with my husband, it was started off as a booty call, but it made
hold up now, booty call. How did it start like that, Michelle?
Our relationship, well, I had for about 15 years, Walt was trying to get at me, but I was with somebody else, and I was
chased that ass for 15 years. Damn.
15 years.
Oof.
And then once I did get with him, it was at a time where I was going through some changes at the time, so he was there picking up the pieces for me. Once I got me another job and got on my feet and my granny bought me a little car, it wasn't that I didn't need him, but sometimes in life you need somebody to put you back on the train tracks.
Mm-hmm.
I got put back on the train tracks, so now I can continue with my destination.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
He, at the time when I met him, my destination had, I had a layover. So he was able to patch up some things and put some things together for me. So now I kind of intimidate him sometimes because I'm not so needy,
Right.
I'll be the, he ended up having surgery.
Okay.
So I think at one time he thought, well, if I get sick, then it's going to be a scuffle. Michelle stepped up to the plate because when I needed, you were there for me.
Right.
So now it's time for me to give it back to you. But in the same token, he wanted somebody that he could mold the way to be how he wanted them to be.
Control.
To wash dishes the way he wanted them to wash dishes. To make the bed the way he wanted them to make the bed. Now, you just can't lose yourself. I couldn't lose myself. Sometimes I still go through in my mind, did I make a mistake? But one thing that Nene said at the beginning of her clip, the first 5 or 6 years of your marriage, you still trying to get things together, so you can't give up so easy. So I haven't heard God say, sweet whisper say, it's time for you to go. When I hear that sweet whisper, this is my second marriage. My first marriage, I was married to my husband. My kid's father, we was married for over 20 years.
Wow.
But we outgrew each other.
Now, what are the signs of that? Of outgrowing? Yeah.
We had nothing in common. We stopped having sex.
You don't have no interest.
We just didn't have any interest in anything. I could leave and go out of town and leave the kids at home with him.
What year did this? Like, is it a certain year where y'all start detaching away from each other?
I think when I came home from Jerry, when I first married my first husband, it was more like it was between me and another girl.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get you. He's gonna be mine, and I won. Sometimes what you win ain't always the right gift.
Okay.
That wasn't the right prize for me.
Okay.
What I got out of that prize was 3 beautiful kids.
Okay.
And I found myself telling my kids, be nice to him.
Mm-hmm.
Understand him. Watch out for him. Don't throw him to the curb. Just because he's not with me, that's not your dad. I never badmouthed him to them, and I didn't let them badmouth him to me.
Yeah.
So he just wasn't the right prize. It was on okay. Oh, you want to pick and choose who you think you finna be with? No, you finna be with me. But that wasn't the right prize for me. And it took me 20 years to realize that wasn't the right prize.
Do you think women stay in relationships longer than they should?
Yes.
And if they do, why? Why do you think so, Dee?
Number one, because you wanna make sure it's the right thing.
Yeah.
Number two, you feel like I don't want to hurt the families and people involved, the children. I don't want to. I know they're going to be disappointed. So you stay. And
you don't want to rock the boat.
You don't want to rock the boat. Then you start feeling like, well, they are doing this, but they're not doing that. And,
Right.
you know, and then you just start to become unhappy, though.
Right.
And then you keep going through that in your mind, like, should I stay, should I go? And then, but I'm not happy.
But have you ever saw yourself from the outside and you didn't like what you saw? As far as being unhappy, like, damn, I know I should leave, but
My son told me to leave. My son was like, "Dad, Mom, you should leave my dad." I stayed with them. We were married for 7 years before we had kids. And I had 2 babies in a year. So I only stayed with Jerry because I didn't want no stepfather over my kids, because my stepfather, I forgive him and I love him dearly now. But he was terrible to me. That man beat the shit out of me.
Okay.
His brother molested me. I went through a lot.
God.
But one thing that I did, I had a forgiving heart, because I want to go to heaven. I want to meet Jesus.
Right.
So I had to forgive him.
Right.
Not for him, but I had to forgive him for myself, because it kept me in a certain place in my life where I was accepting things that I shouldn't have accepted. That's how I ended up with my first husband. I accepted something that I thought was a prize, and it wasn't a prize.
Did
for
it
me.
damage your self-esteem?
It made me bounce back and be a better person. It made me value myself more, because I stayed with him only because I didn't want no stepfather over my kids, and that wasn't fair to him. It wasn't fair to the kids, and it wasn't fair to me.
Right.
My husband, my son Jamal, he was like, "You need to leave my dad. Ma, you taking care of all of it." This man worked for Nestle Foods.
Okay.
He said, "I don't work to pay no bills." I had to go out to Nestle and clown.
Wow.
To get money from him. And we lived in the same house. We had just got a house, nigga. We got a house and 3 kids. What the fuck you mean you don't work to pay no bills? So my son godmother Ida brought him home every week. Every week Ida got $300 from him to give to me. And he did what he wanted with the rest of his check. Whether she dropped him off at home then on payday night or not, he still sent that $300, because I went up in Nestle and clowned. They had, you know how somebody had this side of you and this side of you and your feet dangling?
Yeah. Oh, you was clowning.
They woke me out.
They had to escort her out.
I went out there. You finna give me $40, man? We got $1,000 mortgage. You got 3 kids. I got to going off, and then they had me up in the
that's
end.
right.
So
that's right.
you have to. And I keep saying this. You have to know that yourself. Put yourself first. Because even with my marriage now, sometimes I have to wonder, am I putting myself first? I question things about my marriage or whatever, and then I realize most of the stuff, it be petty stuff, because at the end of the day, he's a good provider. He does for me, he does for the kids, and it's not all about doing, but he's a man of God.
Right.
And you gotta have some kind of values, you gotta have some type of structure, and at one time, my structure was just gone.
All right, y'all, we are back. Jeanette, you had something to say, honey. Have you ever stayed in a relationship for way too long?
Well, I was dating this one guy, and I wasn't sure about him. He was really nice. I mean, my mom liked him, and he went to church with me and everything, and it was just something about him that just didn't sit right with me. And so,
even though he was nice?
Did I know nice? Him? Yeah, Robert.
Did I know him?
Robert.
Look at Pam. Pam gotta be messy.
Really? Yeah.
Like
so,
Oh,
so
I didn't know
he was, it was like, I even took him out of town with me and to my nephew's wedding. Went to Jamal's wedding.
Well, you liked him. You went out of town.
But it was just still something about him. I wasn't.
Your intuition was speaking.
Like,
okay.
Did you feel like you had to drink a little bit more to be around him?
Come to find out, he was married. But they had been separated for years. But he was still legally married. So he couldn't marry me.
Right.
You know, so I was like, okay. So then I knew this other guy, the one who I ended up marrying. And so we were starting to see each other. And I was playing the fence. I was seeing both of them. You know? And I was like, in between, I didn't know which one I really wanted to be with. And so I was dating both of them for a while. And then when I went out of town with Robert, the whole time I was out there with him, I was thinking about Edward Teeny, who I was dating. So I made up my mind, I'm going to be with Teeny. You know, so when I got back home, I told Robert, you know,
we're not gonna make it.
You didn't tell him in person, did you?
I did. I told him.
You did in person? Look, I'd be scared to tell these people. I had one boyfriend, honey. I was scared to say it was over. I made sure I moved out. He was crazy.
Oh.
This is pop up at your job crazy. Go to your mama's house and try to get her on your side crazy. Yeah, he was crazy.
Oh yeah.
So look, through the text, honey. Okay. He was like, where you at?
Yeah, Bobby even took me to his mama's house and meet his mom and everything.
Oh.
And I felt kind of funny with her.
Okay.
I felt something, intuition. I felt when she spoke to me. I felt a little apprehension. I thought she probably liked the wife and wanted him to get back with the wife.
Now, what's up with that really quickly?
married,
Have you all ever, and I know I dealt with this, have you all ever dealt with a man's mother that was nasty to you? Like she tried to compete with you? Come on, Michelle. Tell us about it, sis.
Both hands up.
My ex-mother-in-law hated me.
Oh.
Why?
She hated me. I don't know why. I don't know.
You didn't
why.
ask her?
She just didn't like me. Miss
Okay.
Sims just didn't like me. At the end, Miss Sims had 8 kids. Her husband had a total of 15 kids. At the end, all of these kids, guess who came to see her every day when she had cancer?
You.
Guess who has to come see about her every day and go to the store for her and go get her medicine? That lady did not like me and couldn't get. She had enough kids and grandkids that just one could come every day for a month. And nobody showed up. It was me that had to go over there every day and see about her.
Wow.
Did she appreciate it?
She, at the end, she did. Because she told, when I got with Walt, when I was with her son, I couldn't do nothing right. When I got with Walden toward the end, she said, she never called me Michelle.
Okay.
She always called me Rochelle. Rochelle, I think you finally got it right.
With the man, you mean?
With the
So
husband
you took care of her when
now.
you was married to him. You went and took care of her.
When I was married to Walt. At the end, her son in the hospital, and right now, my kid's father, I had to go up there Wednesday to see about him. I still, that's why I say, when you have kids, you still have to be nice to them people because you never know along the line who you gonna need. I never in a million years thought that I would have had to go see about Miss Sims.
Okay.
I never thought I would have to go see about her. All these kids, all these grandkids, you in Chicago and they live in Chicago. You got one kid, one daughter that's in Detroit. But the rest of them was in Chicago and y'all can't go drive from Chicago to Maywood every day, a 15-20 minute ride. If I didn't stay at her house for 5 minutes in a day, I went to her house every day until she died.
Wow.
And she did not like me because she didn't think I was good enough for her son. You're not the right one for him. She told me that the whole time I was married to him. You are not the right one.
Did she like somebody else he was with?
He was with this one, when I was saying, he was with this other girl, Linda Cooper.
Okay.
Me and Linda Cooper.
Look, the whole name, honey.
And I was like, no, he gonna be mad. And I ended up with him.
Look at you claiming it, honey.
But that wasn't the prize for me.
Oh, okay.
He ended up being a heroin addict.
Oh.
I was so naive to heroin, I didn't know that that's what he was doing.
Right.
Until this guy came, Daryl and I got real close. Like you said, we say friends. His sister and I was close. No, him and I was close. And he started claiming me as his sister. And then that was okay. And Daryl was like, your husband got a heroin habit. He said, I do karate. And I don't want your husband to get this. I'm like, I thought you shot heroin. I knew he had to be at work at 3 o'clock, but he'd leave out of there every day at 1 o'clock. He was going to the city every day getting his heroin. And he came home early from work one day. They had dropped him. Oh no! I took him to Loyola Hospital the next morning, put him in a drug treatment and everything. And his mama went got him out of it.
Wow!
She did not like me.
You a good woman.
She took him out of the drug treatment.
She said, "My son don't need that."
Oh
and
Lord!
Took him out.
Wow!
I was trying to keep his job.
And you his wife,
right?
She couldn't have done that.
Well, she did.
Okay, any of you guys ever had a mother that did not like you? What about you, Pam?
I can't think because the guys that I've been with, mother was dead.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
I've had families where their family, and that's when I learned when the family tell you something about that man, listen to him.
Okay, so tell me about that then.
Okay, that's back on the same guy I was just talking about it. I wasted 15 years on. First time I met his family, first thing his sister-in-law said, he don't deserve you.
She said that he don't deserve you.
Yeah.
What?
The very first day, he said, and they all, you need to get away from him.
Wow, they warned you. That was a big.
but
Now, what did you think about that at the time?
I take a person at face value, how you treat me.
Okay.
In the beginning, it was nice.
Okay, what was nice though? What was
I mean, we
nice?
just spending time. It was 2 years. I don't give up the coochie, the pride and joy. Too easy. You have to earn it.
Now, ladies, really quickly, are we in agreement with that? Like, how long should you wait to give
It
it
took her
up?
brother 15 years to get it.
15 years.
He was
Still, though, she could have gave it
She's
to
talking
him.
about after.
After y'all start dating.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
after we
talking
started
about.
dating. I was a hoe.
You was a hoe. You a hoe. You know you a hoe.
Years.
Hold up. You waiting 2 years? Hell no.
Y'all
Shit,
dated
I
for
could
2
be
years?
dead in 2
Before I gave
years.
him anything. Because
2
we started off as
years.
friends.
Oh, so y'all
Me and my
friends.
man started off as friends
But
too for
then
7
it started getting
years,
closer,
and I
closer,
was
closer.
ready. Look, soon as we was ready to get it official,
No,
shit,
I'm
drop
not
them
getting-
draws.
and that's right.
Okay, shit.
I don't, because I figured, like this guy that
Look
I
how I'm
was
looking
talking
at
to
her.
last year, it was almost a year, and then he said something to me the wrong way, because when I first meet you, when I tell you how I am, I'm
Okay.
not just saying that to be saying it.
Okay.
This is who I am.
Pam,
I'm straight. I don't go around the block to get to the
Pam,
corner.
hold up. So
Nothing.
if you was getting ready to meet a new guy, you waiting
No.
him, you gonna have him waiting for a year?
I wasn't meeting, because when I first saw him at a mutual friend of ours party. a
Okay.
Barbecue. And he walked up in there. He was just 6'3", and I am never attracted to yellow skinned men.
You don't like light skinned
No,
men?
I like
You like
black.
chocolate,
Black.
like that
Black.
chocolate,
Well,
huh?
when I was
Look, that
talking
chocolate
about
on
him-
chocolate. Ain't nothing like that though, huh? Chocolate on
And
chocolate,
I
huh?
thought, what are you doing with her on your time? I should be there. But you know, I said that because when you hit the point, the nail on the head, when you said it wasn't for you, when I seen him, and I'm like, that's gonna be mine.
Yeah,
And so
as
then I
women,
seen
we
him
be
again
claiming
the next
it.
year,
Mm-hmm.
and he was, I don't know if it was the same bra he was with, because I was just looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love a man that's dressed nice.
Right.
That's the first thing I noticed is how they dress and how
Okay.
they carry themselves. So I didn't see him again for some years, and we ended up at in the college in a computer class together. And I'm like, I know, because I fell in love with him. Really, the first time I saw him, I said, if I ever have a chance, he's gonna be mine. And so we started talking, doing our homework together. He invited me over his house all the time. You know, we had common interests. We could be on the
Okay.
computer, and I used to see this raw picture, and I said, "Who is that?" "Oh, that's just a friend." That's a friend, and I'm thinking to myself, "That's all you ever said." That's a friend.
Look, you
That's
say
a friend.
she's just a friend.
And so come to find out, it was
Friends,
just
when
a woman.
they don't have names.
And
Yeah,
that's
right.
the one I said I wasted 15 years on. He had everything going for him. He, like I said, that's why he had so much money, because he was tight with
Yeah, he was
He
tight
spend
with
it
it.
on him,
Oh,
you know.
Oh,
or
yeah,
certain
that ain't
people,
fun. That
or
ain't
certain
fun.
people, you know. But to me, it was, like I said, we built a relationship for a year, and it went on into 2 years. And then one day he said, "You want to stay all night?" I said, "No, I'm not doing that." He said, "We can just go in there and look at TV." And I'm thinking we're going to another room to look at
shit,
TV.
girl, that's the
I know.
that's the
So
setup
then
of
he
all
talked me
setups.
into, but we didn't do anything that night.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Because I told him I'm not ready for that. So time went on, and then we got closer.
Okay.
You know, and my feelings.
You know what? It really took me a long time to learn that. Like, to learn to, like, take my time with a man. Because before it used to be, yeah, let's do it. If I, look, fuck him real good. He'll never cheat.
Yeah,
He'll
no,
never
that's-
leave.
I mean-
I'm going to suck him real good. I'm just going to, you know, I'm going to cook. I'm going to be the best he ever had. And they still will end up stepping out.
To me, when you're in a relationship, I don't care if you're married or what, this is how I am. when I give up the pride and joy girlfriend, I'm in a committed relationship.
Okay, so you would never just have sex like a one night stand. Ladies, would you ever do that outside of if you were married? Look at her, Michelle. Michelle got some stories. I'm ready to hear
I've
them.
done it.
Come on, I need to hear
I
it.
can enjoy it.
Michelle.
Girl, your brother called me that night, and I got mad. He called me that day, and then he's like, well, I get home at such and such time, I'm going to call you. He didn't call. So the next day, when I talked to him, I was like, don't be calling me, getting my hormones all out of control and this and that. So I end up going over his house, and when I walked in his door, my dress ended up at the front door.
Oh,
Damn.
shit. Took them drawers off, baby. Woo.
That's it. It's been on ever since.
Look at her.
I can't
Look,
enjoy
she
you.
look all.
I can't enjoy you sexually. I
Huh?
can't enjoy you sexually unless I'm
You not like Joan from Girlfriends where you got some damn 3-month rule and is it all these rules?
Yeah.
And guess
That's
what?
why
She
she
a
got
damn
all
Scorpio.
dogs.
Look, and she was a Scorpio just like you. Tracy Ellis
But
Ross,
that's
damn
why
Scorpio.
when I get-
Still look, still ain't got no dick.
I do not miss it.
Yes, you do,
No, I
Pam. Don't you dare tell
I don't.
lies. You
No,
don't
I
want
don't.
no wiener.
The longer I go without it, the less I want it or desire it.
yeah.
And
She
because
got
if
the
I'm not,
toys.
I toy.
She
But
said, I got
just
toys.
I'm not
Then
into
she
joy.
wasting her time with the toy because she left the
Yeah.
batteries in it so
And I
long
can't
that
even
she
afford
can't.
See,
It
damn.
won't come
Yeah.
out.
Damn.
And that was a tongue.
That's a
too.
damn
and
shame.
and I heard all about them tongues, and I was
Oh, Lord, she's so
can't
nasty.
I can't get it to lose. Just put the battery in. The battery, you know,
Dee Dee.
Do you understand
How
the things
long-
you have us talking about that?
Yes, a lot. Dee Dee, how long does it take for a man to get the draws for you to have sex?
It'll take some time.
We talking about 3 months? Got a 3-month rule like Joan over here.
Well, I would
yours a 2 year.
I would say before my husband came, I was celibate for a long time because I became a born-again Christian.
Okay.
And I stayed busy in the church. I had 3 boys I was raising,
Mm-hmm.
and I stayed busy. That's what helped me. But prior to that, I just think when we felt connected, that was me. I did have a time where I felt like I'm not going to rush and give this to you.
Okay.
But there's been times when I've had that, but I didn't care about having a relationship either. You know.
Yeah.
Where you
It was
just
just a
wanted
heat
the
of the
sex,
moment, and that was it. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that.
'cause-
So we go through that as women,
Yeah,
right?
'cause
Where you
when
just
I
want
gave it up
sex.
to Walter, I hadn't had none in probably maybe 6 months, 4 to 6 months, and that was a long time for me because I was a high sex drive person.
Yeah.
So I had been with my first husband. You know, we used to have sex a lot until it got toward the end where I started sleeping on the couch. If he came in the bedroom, I went and got on the couch. Then that's when you know you growing out of somebody. He come in here, y'all shit. You get up and go in the other room.
Okay.
So it wasn't that so much what he did. It was his lifestyle.
Mhm.
I don't think he really knew. Jerry was a product of, he was an old man baby. So his daddy was 40-something when he was born, and his mother was close to 40. So he had a lot of old ways about him. And I call myself leaving him because when I found out what he was doing, I just didn't want to be a part of that because I felt like I was going to contribute because I didn't like seeing him sick. So rather than him just suffer, I would go buy dopes or when the dope man come and he leaving for him, I would buy extra dopes and hide them in the house because now I'm at work and my kids at home and he at home going off because he don't have no dope. Okay, well go and look in the living room on the second shelf and I was contributing to it, so I had to go.
Right.
I had to go.
But you mainly did that though for your children,
I did it
right?
for my children, and I did it. I still loved him. I wasn't in love with him. I cared. I cared about him.
Mm-hmm.
I cared about him enough to just let it go.
Ladies, how do we know we're not in love with somebody no more? Like, how do you know that, Dee Dee?
when they do something and you don't have no. Well, I'm sorry.
You just start feeling a little different. You don't have that. You know, you don't have that sensation. Not for sex, and that go down too. But you don't have that sensation of wanting to see them.
Okay.
You're excited when you see them. Yeah. And then I'm okay if you don't come and sit down with me, and I'm okay if you want to go to bed and I'll stay here and watch TV. I'm not in expectation of anything from you.
Okay.
I just don't care. I love you.
Right.
And that comes to a lot after you go through so much with them. You know, because
can that happen in a marriage? Because you're married, can it be rebuilt again? Like, even though it's dead?
One thing about life, anything can be rebuilt.
Okay.
Yeah, if you both want it. And it's not that it's not marriages like this. It's not that you're not meant to be.
Okay.
Because God can give you that person. But, and I'm not trying to go deep and spiritual, but just like the children of Israel, God promised them the promised land. But he didn't forfeit the promise, they did. So if you with somebody and God allows y'all to be connected and somebody break the promise, you can't say that, you know, God didn't give you that chance. You walked away or you broke the promise. You know, you did what was, you know, so now here we are, you know. And when a man don't do what he's supposed to do, and they don't have to be a cheater. They don't have to, you know, it's other things that can cause way more problems than him going out cheating.
And really quickly with the cheating, ladies, I think too many women is wrapped up with the cheating where it's this big ego boost for a man. Oh, she's worried that I'm cheating. That'd be, you know, like, do you notice that? Like, women be so...
be cheating if she keep accusing me.
Yeah, but...
It's that woman's instinct.
Yeah.
We always know something. We can't put out...
But
we
don't...
might not see you. We can't put our finger on it. But you know, your action, men give themselves away.
They do.
Yeah.
Now, we women are much better cheaters, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah. We good. We care when we cheat. I cheated. I cheated before. And when I tell, look, I'm going to tell y'all what happened. And I don't know, I may have put this in my book, honey. Y'all check out my book on Amazon. Look, a little shameless plug. I had cheated, right? I was in my early 20s. Me and my boyfriend had sex, right? So he ends up, you know how the man get up after sex, go clean off, whatever. So I lay back, you know. And then, you know how you begin feeling under the pillows, and I see this picture that's like, he done, you know, crunched up the picture of me and this man, and he's like holding me. I said, oh shit, dude. I'm like, he just had sex with me. He knows about, you know. I was like, oh shit. So he come back in the room and I turn it around on him because, you know, that's what we cheaters have to do, honey. So I was like, what's this? He was like, well, I was going to ask you the same thing. Why he got his arms on you like that? I said, well, what had happened was I was in this play and I was playing his girlfriend. We just so happened, you know, to take the picture, you know, like that or whatever. And he was just like, I don't believe that. And this is actually the guy, you guys, that had the erectile dysfunction. So I call myself cheating on my boyfriend, you know, and then I get with a man that can't even get it up. So I had to go back to my boyfriend. Yeah, I had to go back because I called myself going to go screw the man I'm cheating with, and then had to come back home and get it because he couldn't break me off right. Child, it was crazy. It was crazy. Any of y'all ever went through that, or is it just me? Shut up, Pam. You just want to put me out there.
I have, but you're right. A woman just cares.
Yeah.
A man, I think when he cheat, he'll get turned off from the woman quicker that he's home with. I think he starts doing a separating quicker than a woman would. Because like you said, a woman can be more attached. And you would never know. But I think the man, when he cheats, he starts to give it away. He starts to, because they can't multitask in their brain.
And he's going for the thrill.
Yeah, why do men cheat though?
Just because they want their cake and ice cream too. They want it
but
all.
Is it okay? What about
or because he may not be getting
what he supposed to get at home.
And he might be just looking for a conversation or whatever, and it may lead to
But
that.
you, his wife, though, like he should be able to say that
Depending
to
on
you.
But it depends on
You
their
guys
wife.
are married women.
depends
Like,
on
do
the
your
wife.
husbands communicate with you and tell you what they need, or men are not set up like that? Like,
I don't think they are. And I think a lot of them they're not communicators. We as women are communicators.
we're communicators.
We would tell you what we like, how we want it, where we want it,
Right.
what we want.
Right.
You think we supposed to just automatically know what you know?
Yeah.
Like, I can tell what you like by the way you react to me. Sexually.
Okay.
If I kiss you in a certain place, or if I touch you in a certain place, or if I do anything, like this last guy I was talking to before he pissed me off and I had to kick him to the curb. And he really pissed me off because I had to kick him to the curb before I got some dick.
Damn.
I was more mad. That made me madder at him
Right.
than what he did.
That's a damn
You
shame.
could have waited long enough till I got the dick. Maybe I might have not been so hard.
Right.
The dick was real good. I'm like,
What about it's hard to leave a man when the dick is good?
It is.
I had a man. Listen, I had a man driving my car. Okay,
Yeah, we can.
driving my car and found out he had a little female friend. A bitch didn't even care. Shit, just bring that dick home, and you better not be giving it to that bitch.
Thank you, because I'm gonna try to drain you. If you ain't gonna be having enough energy to do a damn thing.
See, that's right.
So I'm gonna drain you. And I had a relationship like that with
Oh, my
guy.
God.
We're still friends.
Okay.
We talk every now and
Hold
then,
up,
but we don't
though.
say
You may
anything.
can call him
But
up.
I told him, and I used to say, that's when I was saying earlier about when you think it don't never get better, it gets better. And this was when I got older, and when you settle down, you get to a point in your life, you don't want to see Tom, Dick, and Harry. You
Right.
want that one
Yeah.
person.
Right.
And that's the man that I used to say, I don't care if we break up or whatever. Whoever I'm with, I don't care how much in love with them, I'm never going to give up the dick.
I ain't giving up that.
But when a man hurt you bad enough,
Yep.
hurt you, then you don't want
Period.
Nothing to do
And it
with
turns
him.
you
How
off.
good it
No
is.
matter
Yeah.
how he look, how good,
It
it
don't
just
matter
turns you
what.
off.
When you get
fed
your
up, like
right
R. Kelly
here,
said,
yeah.
when a woman is
Fed
fed
up,
up,
it ain't nothing
Yeah.
you can do about you.
I was shacking up with him,
Okay.
and I had made up my mind that I was going back home. I was going to be done with him. But that morning we had mad passionate sex.
Ooh,
Lord.
yes.
When he came home that night, all my stuff was gone.
Damn.
And he called me. He says, "Why? If you was leaving, why you make me make
time.
love to you this morning?"
Exactly.
I needed me some.
I need a going away present. She ain't no fool, honey. Yes.
You know how me and Keith were going back and
Yeah,
forth,
they
back and
do
forth.
that too.
Yeah, they do.
They get mad when you
We
do it.
And then we broke up one of these thousands of times, and I was done because I was really into the guy I was just talking about.
Right, right.
The one that got better and better and better.
Right.
And so we hadn't talked in a while, and I'm like, I'm done for real this time. He called me one day. He had to talk to me. We talking now. Tell me what. Oh, I got to talk to you in person. I know that. Oh, that's Indian trick number 10. Right. So I'm like, I said, well, whatever you got to say, come on. So he came and we talked. I said, what you got to say? You ain't talking. You was on the phone talking for over an hour, telling me you got to talk to me. Now you ain't got a damn thing to say anyway. We ended up in bed. So when we got done, I said, time to go. Bye. So my one friend, the one that I had been over 20 years with, he had just as he was walking out the back.
No, you coming to the front.
Oh,
we
Lord.
sitting there, like when you walk in my house there, you walk in, you got the hallway, then you got this one room that I made my sitting room. So we sitting there and drinking and having a good time.
Right, right.
And all of a sudden, he must have circled back around. He seen a car in front of my house. And he comes in the back door, and I didn't know I had locked the back door because he was supposed to be gone.
Right.
So he walked in. What's this? I said, what it look like?
Oh,
What's this? What it look like?
damn.
And he said, what's going on? And my friend's cop. He carried guns, so I knew he wasn't gonna let him do nothing. But he you can see him getting attitude. So to protect him and his reputation, because he would have shot He was
shot his ass
He
on
was
sight.
shot him. I didn't want him doing that.
Right.
Oh, that must be your son.
That's James. Oh, you look like
I
James
know
for a
he
second.
did. Exactly. You see how I was
Yeah.
So I asked him to leave because
What, he got to make
I
him
know
go?
how high-headed he
Yeah,
is.
he
He
yeah.
said, I can. He gave me that look like you asking me to leave. I said, no, because I need to get this shit straight now.
Right. All right. So now, ladies, let's switch gears. Let's talk about why did you get married, and then Pam, in your case, you could talk about why you are, single
Well,
with
I
these
was married.
with these damn pets, and
I can still answer that
I think
question.
she doing
I
something with
was
them dogs.
married.
Yeah.
Okay, but why did you choose to be married, Michelle?
When I graduated from high school, because of the way that my life was when I was younger, I was when I was like, I've been babysitting since like 4th grade, so I always had a nurturing about me.
Okay.
I wanted to get married, have a family, and just be settled. That didn't happen for me after high school. That didn't happen for me even when I had my first marriage. I feel like this is really my first marriage.
Okay.
Jerry and I guess we were together so long, it just didn't feel like marriage anymore. It got the feeling like we were just living in the same house. And I married Walt because I loved him. I married him because I loved him, and I felt like he loved me. I felt like he would be somebody that would take care of me. And at one time, I had so many people coming around me for advice and coming to me for everything. He was kind of like a shelter. Like they kind of left me alone. So he was kind of a life changer for me.
Now, what if he wasn't able to provide? Would you have still married him? Is that something important to you all?
Because right now he just had surgery. He's had 3 surgeries in the last year.
Okay.
So things didn't have to shift all on.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't let things just shift and be all on him.
Right.
I stepped up to the plate because I felt like that's what he would have did for me.
So you feel like financially both people should have money. What about
but
this?
I don't think that he felt that way about me. I didn't think like he would think that I would be financially able, or like he really didn't know. What did she do with her money? He didn't know I was saving my money. He didn't know I had a stash at home. He didn't know, until when the shit hit the fan. Dad, she paying bills. Dad, we got ready to go to Hilton Head, and he was like, well, we need to talk about these tickets. And he kept saying, we need to talk about these tickets. I had already bought the tickets.
Oh, he didn't know that, huh?
And I think women should never let a man know everything about her.
He accidentally found.
Why do you say that, Dee Dee? Why do you say that?
Accidentally.
Our mothers and our grandmothers in our age group, they would tell you can't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing.
Okay.
So as a woman, you can't let the man know all your money that you have.
That's right.
You should have
your own.
Right, you should have your own money in your own account where you know nothing about.
Yeah.
And then when times like that come, you can step up.
Right.
Okay.
And sometimes just for the sake of them not feeling like they can come over to your money, and get what they want because they feel like they can.
Now, what's up with all these women these days saying that they need a man that makes over 6 figures?
Girl, that's a bunch of hogwash.
Those are material.
Materialistic women.
The more money they make, the more problems you have.
But to me, you competing with more women. And all of those women get cheated on.
Okay, because here's what can happen. You can be in a relationship. You can be cheating and be cheating with money.
Okay.
You can be cheating financially, and I did that to my husband because I had 3 accounts that he didn't know about. We had a household account together, but he's like, this bitch ain't never gonna save no money. She ain't never gonna do nothing. I was saving money. I was paying my bills. We had a savings account together, and it started off with $25. He's like, you didn't put them. Okay, well, let's go back and listen. Thank God for automation and mobile. All them transfers, Michelle transferring $25. It let him see. It told him, hey, when the going get tough, I ain't got to worry about that. At one time, he was worried about if the going get tough, what we gonna do? How am I gonna provide for us?
Right.
I believe, and then I had to show him because he would have did the same for me, honestly.
Jeanette, why did you get married?
Well, to tell you the truth, I got married the year I got diagnosed with breast cancer. And this
is after. She got married before.
I had felt that God was going to heal my body if I was living right. I felt that if I was living in sin, committing adultery, fornication, or whatever, God wasn't going to touch me. I wasn't going to live. I felt I was going to die from this breast cancer. And I said, I got to change my life. I got to do right. And I told the guy I was dating, Tina, I said, we're going to have to get married. I said, we're going to have to get married this year. And so he was ready. He was ready. When we went on, and in 2006, we went downtown in May. I got diagnosed in February, March, April, May. We was married May 5th that same year. So I